Hi, good morning. I'm Sonia Davis, and I'm here to take you through the energies of the week ahead and give you some cards that will help you on how to navigate those energies. So, if you're new to my channel, you are very welcome here. If you've been here a long time, thank you. I appreciate you. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It makes a massive difference to how many people get to see this message. So please, please do that for me. That would be really appreciated. Thank you. So we're talking the energies this week of right now, this morning. It's Monday, the 17th of November through to Sunday, the 23rd. And the big news of this week ahead is the new moon in Scorpio on Thursday, on the 20th. Now, if you've been around for a little while, you will know I've been saying for ages we're in unprecedented times. This is not energies we've seen before, and that is all true. And we're right in the midst of, if you like, the final part of this process. This process runs until the December solstice, the 21st of December. And there's so many steps along the way, so many things happening energetically right now that are converging, planetary alignments. We've got comets, we've got an interstellar object, 3i Atlas, that is absolutely having an impact. We've got the most enormous solar flares going on right now. We've got geomagnetic storms, we've got the Schumann resonance, the frequency of the planet shifting and upgrading, and that's happening to us as well. So as humans, we absorb the light from the sun. It's what feeds us, it's what keeps us going. It's what keeps the whole planet going. But as humans, it keeps us going as well. So when the light codes are coming in at the extent that they are, these solar flares are not a coincidence right now. They are upgrades. We are being upgraded to hold a whole new frequency as a species, as a planet, as a collective. The energies are shifting and changing, and all the processes we're going through right now are an important part of that process so that we are able to hold those energies, those new vibrations. Things are definitely moving right now. You're seeing things play out on the world stage in a way that it looks shocking, it looks alarming, but the reality is it's being played out in a way that means you can now see it, whereas before it was hidden, before it was behind closed doors, before it was just what happened and you didn't notice it. And that's no disrespect to you or commentary on your observation skills or anything like that, or anyone else's. The reality is all of the veils are being lifted away right now so that we can see things as they really are, rather than the illusions that have been placed in front of us. And that can be a difficult time, and that's part of what's going on right now. There's a difficult time happening right now. This new moon in Scorpio is another powerful one. Just assume everything between now and the end of December is really, really powerful, like on a level it's never been before. This Scorpio full moon, Scorpio is a water energy, dark energy. It's like say full moon, I meant new moon. It's one of those, it's Monday morning. This Scorpio new moon is very deeply connected with water. It's very deeply connected with the darkness. We're in the winter time of months, or we're coming into those winter time of months. It's coming to that place where we start to hunker down and we're going, right, let's get cozy inside our homes and stay warm, and there's more dark now, and that's perfect because that's what we need in order to regenerate. If you think about a seed in nature, when you plant the seed, it's buried deep in the darkness of the earth. It doesn't see the light. It doesn't move around. It doesn't grow to start with. It takes some time to sit there, to just be, before it starts to germinate and come out. When it's slightly warmer, it just goes in and it sits quietly in stillness. And that's what you're being invited to do this week. That's what this Scorpio new moon is all about. There's a real invitation to stillness, to quiet, to darkness, not in a negative way, but in the beautiful regenerative way that the night brings. There's something really powerful about the dark right now, really powerful about the darkness right now, because it's only in the darkness that you can then appreciate the light. So you have to go through the darkness in order to get there. That's part of what this new moon is inviting you into. And it's inviting you into a time of really deep reflection, self-reflection. And some of that can be quite uncomfortable. Believe me, I'm going through this as much as you are. And the specifics of what every single one of us is going through will be different. Of course it will. The things that I'm dealing with will be different for you. But the process is the same for every single one of us, myself included. Every single one of us is going through some moment of, it's a recalibration of who we are. It's bringing in these new light codes. It's letting go of things that we don't need anymore so that we can be ready. We're in the, and the incredible Kelly Kolodny talks about this, and Pam Gregory as well. In fact, many people talk about this period as we've been going through the gestation period really since the last since the spring equinox, the March equinox, and the eclipses. I've lost my words. It's Monday morning, you can tell by the way. You know, there are a lot of planets retrograde right now, which is also part of that energy of inwardness. But since the eclipses and the equinox back in March, April time, earlier this year, we've been in a period of gestation. Kelly Kolodny talks about this as the period of gestation, with the rebirth happening at the December solstice. So if you think about it in terms of that, we are right now, we're in the birthing canal. We are in that squashed, dark, difficult place to clear out the last bits that we really don't need to take with us on the other side. So this is the hardest bit. I'm not going to lie. This is the hardest bit that we're in now. And I put a video on my channel last week about the whole overall picture for the next 3 months, taking us up until February when various other things happen. So go and I'll put the link to that in with this video, but do go and check that out if you want to sort of the bigger picture of what's going on right now. But for this week, there's a sense of going with the flow. The word flow keeps coming in very, very strongly. There's a flow with this. If you allow yourself to flow with where the waters are taking you, rather than trying to fight them and cling on to where you used to be, allow yourself to flow with where the waters want to take you. Let them cleanse and clear you and regenerate you into the new version of you. Yes, the process is hard, but this is what it's all about. There's a real energy of stillness needed. So let's move on to some cards. And this week I am using the Akashic Oracle. I use this quite a lot. I do. If you've been around a while, I do use these ones quite a lot. Other cards do come out sometimes, but I do use these a lot because they're just incredible. Award-winning as well now, which is amazing. So we've got 3 cards from this deck, and they're gonna just help you a little bit with how to navigate this week, particularly with that new moon. So the first card we have is forgiveness. And if you see here, she is throwing off the chains. And she is going, no, I'm not letting the things that have happened in the past hold me back. And she is sort of swirling off these big skirts. She's swirling off into the light. But to do that, it's forgiveness. And one of the most profound things that I know I've found, and certainly people I work with have found, is when you forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the choices that you've made up until this point, because you've done the best you can with the energies you've had available and the information you've had available. When you forgive yourself first, and you allow yourself to see that all the things that you've done, all the choices you've made along the way, have been lessons that have brought you to where you are now. And that's perfect. And what if every single thing that you feel bad about, you feel guilty about, you feel shameful about, anything that you feel negative about, choices you've made in your life, whatever point of your life, if you forgive yourself, you set yourself free. What if every single one of those decisions you made was exactly what you needed to do? Because in that moment, it was the right choice. And you don't need to feel guilty for that. You don't need to feel bad for that. You don't need to feel shame for that, whatever it is. But it's taught you something that you needed to learn. And if you hadn't have made that choice, you wouldn't have learned that lesson, which means you wouldn't be where you are now. It's powerful. So I'm inviting you to release those feelings of guilt, shame, fear, anxiety, stress, anything like that, about anything that you have done, any choice you've made that you feel, oh, I shouldn't have done that, oh, I feel bad about that. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. That's where you set yourself free. You send love and compassion to the earlier versions of you that made those decisions with the information they had at the time, because it felt right in the moment. So you did it. And you needed to learn that. And it's exactly what you needed. It's all divine timing. Everything is divine timing. So forgive yourself. Set yourself free. Let go of those things that you're holding, because they will anchor you back into the past, and you don't need that. This is not the time for that. This week is not the time for that. And then we move on to card 2, which is the growth and up level, which is perfect. Because you are walking through a portal of growth. To do that, forgive yourself. Forgive others as well who've harmed you. But primarily, I'm really getting the sense of this is about yourself. Forgive yourself for the choices you've made along the way, because that's your growth and up level. And you move through from the darkness of the cave and all those old decisions and things. Look at that light shining through ahead of her there. Look at that portal of light she's striding forward towards. And I'm guided to say, have the confidence of knowing that you are walking into the light. I've already mentioned the number of guides, incredible people that talk about that we're in this gestation period right now up until the December solstice, and we're in the birthing canal right now. Well, that's what this card exactly looks like. We're in that dark tunnel, but we know we're coming out into the light. We've got to hang on a bit longer. December solstice is not that far away. It's another month. When is it? It's the 17th of November now. From now until the 21st of December, we're going through this process of growth and up level. Embrace the growth and up level. Flow with it. Allow it to flow. Allow this new moon in Scorpio to take you deep into yourself in the quietness. She's on her own here. She's not with a crowd of people. She's on her own as well. This is about you now. This is not about looking at the world outside you. This is about you. Go deep this week. That's what this moon wants you to do. The real darkness, the real energy of you, the spark of you, who you are, where you're going, what you really want in your soul, not what your brain tells you ought to have. This is a soul week. This is deep. This is powerful. This is profound. You only get that through the solitude, through the quiet. Your growth and up level is yours alone to walk through. Walk through it. That doesn't mean you can't have help. That doesn't mean you can't reach out for support. But your journey is yours. You can't, other people can't live your journey for you. I could come and help you with your journey, but I can't do it for you. It's yours to do. I could come and be a guiding hand, of course. That's what I do. That's my job. But I'm not here to, I would not be able, even if you worked with me in my closest VIP level one-to-one work, I wouldn't be able to walk it for you. This is your journey, and that's what this week is all about. It's inviting you to embrace your own journey, do your own work, so that you can go through your growth and up level and out the other side, into the light. It's so powerful. And lastly, we have spiritual connection. Now, the Scorpio new moon is one of the most deeply, profoundly spiritual new moons that we have. Scorpio is really spiritual. So really, when you're going inwards, and again, she's on her own in this card, except she's not. She feels like she's on her own, but look, she's got all these amazing angelic beings of light shining light down on her, and she is reveling in that connection. You are never alone. Ask for support from your guides. Ask for support from your higher self. Ask for support from your ancestors, your galactic family, your monadic family, animal guides, spirit guides, teachers, ascended masters, any who feel resonant. Invite them in. You have free will. As human beings, we all have free will, which means our guides cannot come to us unless we invite them. They're not allowed to. It's not possible. Invite your guides in this week. Ask them, connect with them, invite their light to shine into the darkness of this week, into the depths, into the quiet. So what I'm really getting a sense of is your forgiveness of yourself is paramount. Acknowledging the growth that you're going through and allowing it to happen is critical. But you're not alone. I've said you have to do this yourself. Yes, you do. But you have your spirit guides. You have a whole team around you, whether you've met them yet or not. You have a huge number of guides around you, and they're always with you. Your higher self is always with you, but you have to invite them in. Ask them to come to you. Ask them to come to you and show you and give you hints and insights and signs and nudges. If you open yourself this week to your spiritual connection, don't be surprised by how profound that changes things. We are all upgrading our spiritual connections right now. Some of the light codes coming in, the solar flares, I'm not going into all the detail of why, but there's an awful lot of energy flying around right now, and it is amplifying all of our spiritual connections right now. So even if you've always been clairvoyant, for example, you may find the images more sharp, or you may suddenly find you also have clairaudience as well. There will be things happening in your spiritual connection that will be upgrading. Forgive yourself for your humanity and for learning the lessons that you've needed to. You don't need forgiveness. Forgive yourself for the lessons you've learned and the choices you've made, because they were absolutely perfect. Allow yourself to flow with the process of growth and up level, and know that your connection to the divine is stronger now than it's ever been if you allow it to be. You are never alone. The path is yours. The human path is yours, but you are never alone. Your guides are always, always with you. And as you navigate the energies of this week, I really want to invite you to think about quiet, moments of quiet, moments of calm, moments of stillness. And I know that can be difficult in practical terms, but even just 5 minutes every day, if you make that commitment to yourself, you're actually enabling more of a spiritual connection to happen. You're allowing the space for the growth to happen. You're allowing yourself space to learn and see things from a different angle. I really strongly invite you to think about how you can build in a new, more enhanced practice around stillness, around quiet. Now, whether that's, it will be different for all of you. Everyone will have their own thing that will serve you more, whether that's walks in nature, whether that's sitting in meditation, whether that's breath work, whether that's grounding, serious grounding, proper, like lying down on the ground, getting full body contact with the earth. Whether that is darkness. Darkness is a big one. That's one I've certainly been responding to, darkness. Shutting out the light during the daytime, sitting in darkness, sitting in quietness, allowing yourself to be still rather than moving, allowing yourself to switch off the thoughts, switch off the technology. I had a whole day on Saturday. I did not switch my phone on all day. I switched it off. I went to bed Friday night, switched it off, put it in a drawer, and I didn't get it out till mid-morning on Sunday. And you would be surprised at how much your brain quietens down when you don't have that input. I still did things. I was still busy day, but I just didn't have my phone. I didn't have that input. It made a huge difference. Disconnect sometimes, switch off the noise, switch off the input. That will serve you well this week, in particular with this new moon on Thursday. I'm going to leave it there. I am sending you loads of love as you navigate this time. This is an unprecedented time. It really is. And it's not always easy. Please do reach out and let me know how you're doing. I would love for you to let me know how you're doing. Like I say, I'll put the link to the other video I did it was last week, I think, around the overall energies that are going on right now and what's taking us through this sort of 3-month window of complete transformation. I'll put the link to that in the notes with this video. Otherwise, please do let me know how you are doing and take care through this week. Don't forget to subscribe, please, and like this video as well, because it really helps me get it out to more people. So I am sending you loads of love and the most beautiful new moon blessings. Take care, and I will see you soon.